Hey, tennis fans, you are listening to Match Point Canada, the official podcast of Tennis Canada. I'm Ben Lewis, and this week joined by Canadian tennis player Liam Draxl, who just won his first and then second career ITF titles, making a trip to Cancun, Mexico. He currently plays out of the University of Kentucky and is just another one of our rising Canadian stars. Liam, thanks so much for joining me over the holiday break to talk about some tennis.
Thanks, Ben. Thanks for having me here on the Match Point Canada podcast. It's a pleasure to be here. I can't wait to dive in.
Yeah, I appreciate it. And I think the perfect place to dive in is your trip to Cancun, Mexico, because
Mhm.
you obviously had a special 2 weeks there. You captured your first career ITF title one week and then followed it up with another. Just can you tell me, I guess, how satisfied were you with the trip and what kind of clicked with your tennis game the past couple weeks there?
Yeah. It was a great trip to Mexico. I was there for 4 weeks. I started in Puerto Vallarta and had some success in doubles there with fellow Canadian Alexi Garlano. We made the semifinals. We beat a pretty good pair in the quarters. So it was nice to get that couple matches in at the challenger level. Gave me a little bit of confidence going into the futures to Cancun. And the first week it was pretty good. I made the quarterfinals of singles, and I won the doubles with another Canadian, Cleve Harper. And then it really just went up from there. Kind of took off. I played this whole summer and fall of all pro tournaments. That was my whole calendar, and I was really kind of waiting on that first pro title in singles. And when it finally happened that week against Christian Langmo, then it felt so good. It kind of reassured that all my hard work is paying off, and to win it like that, 6-7, 7-6, 7-6, 8-6 in the last tiebreak was truly special. So, and then I got to do it again, which was the cherry on top.
Yeah, no kidding. I noticed, yeah, that first week, sort of a thrilling final, and sure you gained some confidence from that because played great, obviously, the week after to get your second title. Just so we know a little bit more about you, I knew, you grew up not far from me, actually, over in Newmarket, Ontario. When did you first start playing tennis, and when did you kind of become quite serious about it as a sport?
Yeah, well, I've been playing tennis literally my whole life. My dad, he's the head pro at Newmarket Tennis Club, so I was kind of born into tennis. So honestly, ever since I could walk and can hold a racket, and I was kind of swatting away at a ball. So I started as young as I possibly could. Um, so it was a nice upbringing at the Newmarket Tennis Club. It was a smaller community type of club, so I feel like all the members were close with each other, and it felt like a one big family. And I don't think a lot of players my level would have that. They kind of grow up, and even at a young age, they're kind of training at academies and stuff like that. So it's special, and to go back there over Christmas break and train again and see all the members again. It's nice to have, and they're super supportive of me, and it's a great community behind me to make me keep pushing for more and more. And then when I started getting a little more serious, I played my first OTA tournament probably when I was about 7 years old. And I had some success like from a very young age. So but when I started, really taking it seriously, training like really seriously, I was doing the fitness and the tennis, and the whole deal was probably, I'm gonna say, 12 or 13 years old. Is when I stopped kind of goofing around in practice, and started actually like focusing on little pieces of my game, and working on them, and taking care of my body, and doing the weight training as well. Um, so yeah, probably around that age, 12 or 13.
And you had a lot of great success as a teenager in juniors and going that route. Did you always plan to go the college route? When did you make that decision that the collegiate route for tennis was the one for you going to Kentucky?
Yeah. Well, it was always in my mind. So I guess it kind of always, college was, I was kind of set on college my whole junior career. And yeah, my parents strongly recommended it for me. So I trusted them. And yeah, when I was around 16, 17, when I could start getting recruited by these schools, I took my official visits, and then I ended up picking Kentucky. But I had a little inside relationship at UK because the assistant coach, Matt Gordon, he was my coach for a couple of years at Saddlebrook Academy, which I trained at Saddlebrook Academy during my high school years. So it was nice to go to a place where I already knew one of the coaches.
That's great. And obviously your sophomore season was such a special one, 25-3 and ITF National Player of the Year, the first one in Kentucky Wildcats history to do so. I guess for you as a competitor, how much do you thrive off sort of competing in that team type of environment in college, and how much has your game grown at Kentucky?
Yeah, for sure. I'm very vocal. I bring a lot of energy when I'm competing. So I think it kind of fits in well with the whole college tennis team atmosphere. Yeah, that last season I played, it was very special for me. I beat so many good players. I played so well, and it was really hard. It was really tough, but I just kept my head down and kept working and took it match by match. And I've really developed as a player, but also as a person off the court. Just little things like having to do your own laundry, having time management, all that type of stuff I wasn't good at before coming to college, and the college lifestyle really kind of teaches you those things when you go out into the real world and you're a big boy now. So but yeah, as a tennis aspect, the coaching staff, Cedric, Matt, Pete, they've done a great job with me, and also everyone else. I feel like we're all improving and we all want to get better, and it's a great environment when we go to practice every day, and everyone wants to get better, and everyone's goals are to be a pro tennis player. So yeah, it's a great environment to train at.
How are the cooking skills at college?
They've improved.
Yeah.
Going in freshman year, all I knew was could make a real good bowl of cereal. That was about
No,
it.
no KD, maybe some craft dinner
Yeah.
as well.
No,
Yeah.
don't. Yeah, didn't even know how to do pasta, KD, but
Okay.
it's very basic. I can do like chicken and rice and pasta.
Nice, nice.
So yeah, just very basic. I can get by, which is it's all I need.
That's
Yeah.
perfect. You mentioned you are vocal on the court, and from just myself watching your highlights, I've noticed you're an intense and fiery competitor. Have you always sort of played with that fire? Have you always kind of had that competitive spirit, or is that something you've developed over the past few years?
Yeah, no, I've always been like that.
Nice.
It's always, yeah, just kind of been my personality, and it comes naturally to me. I don't before the match say like, oh, I'm gonna scream and I'm gonna scream, come on, and all those
Mhm.
things. It just happens out there. I don't even, try to do it. It just happens, and it just flows kind of out of me. And I feel like when I bring that level of energy, I can really focus in and get in the zone and play my best tennis. So when I am fiery like that and competing very vocally, I think I can find my best tennis that way.
No doubt. And yeah, it always looks like it helps you in your matches. I think probably if we went back 10, 20 years ago, you would maybe stand out, and it would be unusual playing as a Canadian trying to make it professionally. And it's changed obviously so much the last decade with the number of superstars we have on the tour. Do you have friendships or relationships with many of the other Canadians who are competing or also going the college route? And when you see, I guess, big results from the guys who are there, Felix Dennis, even Layla making the U.S. Open final, does that further inspire or motivate you?
For sure, 100%. It's so inspiring, so motivating, and to see all those players do it at the top level and compete to win Grand Slams. It makes me feel like, hey man, like, they're Canadian too. If I keep working, maybe I can get to the position that they're at, which would be outstanding. And, just to watch on TV, watch, on Instagram, on the tennis pages, they're just killing it. And it's great. I'm so happy for all of them. And yeah, it's motivating for me, inspiring for me. And I want to get to where they're at. So it's cool.
Yeah, and look at the some of the guys around your age have big dreams as well. I spoke with Alexei Galarneau, I think last month, and he was talking about goals of top 20 in the future if he could do that. You mentioned playing doubles with him. Are you good buddies as well? And do you sort of stay in touch and talk tennis a lot with these guys?
For sure, yeah, yeah. I'm friends with pretty much everyone, kind of around my age.
Mhm.
A lot of the players around my age, they went the college route, so you see them around at with the college events or the pro events around America. So yeah, I've gotten to know Alexi very well. We had a good little run there at the Challenger in Mexico. He's a great guy, and we're a pretty good team. So that's great. And yeah, I know all the Canadians. We're all friends. There's no kind of drama or bad blood between any of us. So it's cool that we can kind of stick together as Canadians and enjoy the battle together.
And your recent results, you jumped 70 spots in the rankings with those two ITF titles, almost near the top 600. And I was just tracking some of your matches this past year. You've played some great talents and kind of been right there with them. I mean, I think you went to a third set tiebreak with Ryan Harrison, a former top 30 player. Jensen Brooksby, it looked like you played a competitive match there. And just weeks later, he's playing Novak Djokovic at the US Open. What have you learned, I guess, about your level when you face some of this top competition, and how far off do you feel right now?
Yeah, for sure. That's a great question. Well, I played last spring at University of Kentucky, and I was very successful, and I was doing great. I was winning a lot of matches, and then this summer and fall when I was playing all pro events, you're losing a lot. There's a lot of good players, and if you don't bring your best tennis, the chances are you're gonna lose. And it took me a little bit of a while to get used to losing so much. And I got kind of shot down a little bit and lost a little bit of confidence there for a while. But it was tough to do at the time, and I really didn't feel like doing it. But I had to just stay strong and just keep going, keep playing. I knew I was working hard. I was doing all the things that were in my control, and I just thought to myself, my team was telling me, the results are gonna come. We don't know when, but you're doing the right things. You just got to keep going, Liam, and that's what I focused on. But definitely, it's motivating when you get to play a challenger and you play a great player like Harrison or Brooksby, and you play the match. I lost, but you know that the level isn't out of this world. It's not unreachable. And I know if I play my game and if I play well, that I'm right in the thick of things in that match, and I'll have chances to win. And it's inspiring for me to keep going. And played Harrison. He's top 50. I lost 6 in the third. We had a battle. So just matches like that just kind of reassures me that I'm on the right track, and I'm not that far off.
And yeah, I guess further to that for your game personally and not being that far off, if we're looking ahead to 2022, what would maybe be your focus on little details you're looking to improve in aspects of your game?
Yeah. Well, I think I ended off those 2 weeks very well. Just not even from a results aspect, but I thought my game was very good, and I thought I was playing the right way. Sometimes my tendency is to play a little too far behind the baseline and too defensive, so I'm constantly trying to play more aggressive, stand closer to the baseline, look to come forward because I think one of my strengths is when I'm at the net volleying. So yeah, court positioning is one thing that I focus on a lot, because if your core positioning's on top of the baseline or just behind the baseline, you're gonna play more aggressive. You're gonna take the ball earlier. You're gonna have more opportunities to come forward to the net. So I would say core positioning is the biggest thing I focus on.
Awesome. And I guess for 2022 as well, you're going to return to Kentucky, or what are your plans, I guess, for training?
Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna go back to Kentucky to play this season, this January. We got a good team. Got
Mhm.
a couple of good Canadians on the team as well. So it's gonna be exciting. I'm super pumped, looking forward to it, and I think we can be really, really successful this spring.
Awesome. I want to wrap with we do this with a few of our guests. We call them rapid fire questions. Just get to
Okay.
know you a little bit better.
Okay.
Some straightforward questions. You can give me a nice, quick answer. We'll
All right.
start. Are you a morning or night person?
Morning. I pass out every night at like 9 p.m.
Okay, I sense that because you requested an early morning interview, so I was like, "Oh, this is the
Yeah.
morning guy."
Yeah.
What does your perfect breakfast look like?
Ooh, that's tough. I love breakfast.
Yeah,
Oatmeal's growing on me. Oatmeal with a little peanut butter in there. Some eggs. I like turkey bacon. Some whole wheat toast. And iced coffee. Love iced coffee.
nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite movie?
Favorite movie? Yeah. I like Grown Ups a lot. Grown Ups. That's just a good
Yeah,
comedy. I like laughing. Yeah.
nice, nice. A place you would most like to travel to, you haven't been yet.
Uh, Probably like Tokyo, Japan. I
Nice.
find that place really interesting. So yeah, if I know there's a tour event there of the
Mhm.
500. So if I get an opportunity to play that for sure, Tokyo.
Nice. I like that. Did you have a favorite tennis player growing up?
Yeah, Nadal. When I was really young, yeah, my idol was Rafa Nadal.
Awesome. What is your favorite shot to hit on the tennis court?
That's that's tough because yeah, I don't have like that favorite shot. I just think I'm pretty decent all around. But if this is gonna be really weird, but I'm probably gonna say overhead. I like getting back and pounding an overhead. I think that's a strength of mine. I don't know. It's weird, but it is.
No, that's good. I get that. There's nothing more satisfying than finishing a point with a big overhead smash, right? That's good. I like that. Who's a famous person you would love to meet?
That's a tough question. Um, Honestly, probably this pro surfer. He had this little documentary on YouTube. His name's Billy Kemper, and I follow him on Instagram, and I'm just really interested in his lifestyle. A hobby of mine, surfing, and obviously he's sick at surfing, and just his lifestyle. He lives in Hawaii. He's really cool to follow. So yeah, probably his name's Billy Kemper. Yeah, he's a professional surfer.
Nice, nice. Well, I hope you guys can connect down the line.
Yeah.
Last one for you. What would your ideal romantic date look like?
Uh, Probably getting away like on a vacation somewhere like over there like near like Bora Bora or the
Hmm.
Maldives, something along there where you like stay in the tiki hut on the beautiful water
Nice.
over there. That would be ideal. It'd be great.
Perfect. I
Yeah.
like that. Liam, thanks so much for taking the time to speak with us on Matchpoint Canada. I will be tracking you in 2022. Can't wait to see what you do at your next season in Kentucky. And yeah, congrats on the two ITF titles as well.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. This is so fun, Ben. I appreciate it. And we'll have to do it again sometime.
Definitely, definitely. Happy holidays as well to you and your family, and we'll talk again down the line.
Thank you. All right, cool.